Hi guys. So this is the first time I've done a pre-recorded video in quite a while, so bear with me. It's been a while. I feel like I don't know where I'm looking. Yes, I am. I'm looking over there. Okay. I got a request actually to do, and then I thought, yeah, I haven't done it in a little while. My top 5 decks I can't live without. I know I've done some of the top 5 stuff before, but I have not updated in a while, and Kelly Bear kind of updated hers, and then Simon updated his, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try to do this. So it was not easy, and I didn't quite get down to 5. I pulled out, as a matter of fact, I pulled out 8, and I'm like, no, I'm going to limit myself. I'm only going to say 6, which is hard. That's not easy when you have that many tarot decks that you really, really love. I probably, if I wasn't restricted and I just said, you know, the tarot decks that I love, I probably would have like 25, I bet. But this was top 5. So I thought getting down to 6 was pretty good. And when I decided to do it, I thought I'm going to only do decks that I can really read with. I mean, I can read with any deck, but decks that I really think do really wonderful readings. And that's different sometimes. I have decks in my collection that I just love to collect them, and they're beautiful, but they're really not great reading decks. And I thought I'm not going to put those in there because I think that's kind of cheating. So, top 5 decks that I cannot live without, which I'm changing to top 6. The first one, I figured I'll get it out of the way so that you guys know. And I have to say, probably at least 3 out of these I've said before, and you guys are not going to be really surprised, right? So, New Era Elements Tarot. This, I have said before, is kind of like... it's just the deck that for me, it reads really well, and all the cards just hit me. Just hit me right where they're supposed to hit me. The Magician being the Magus, and, you know, the kind of the master of his own universe, and the... CNN and Botox, you know, the pharmaceutical companies and all that. That is so taking from up above and learning. I mean, just mastering, being able to do it from where you are. Really, really good. I love that the court cards in this are very diverse. They come from different backgrounds, but they're all beautiful, beautiful people. And I don't mean beautiful people like Hollywood beautiful people. I mean, the faces in this deck are all people that I know I would love, you know. The Sun doesn't have an ugly baby. That's amazing. I love, and I have decks that I absolutely adore that have ugly babies. So that doesn't, you know, that's not the only thing. Here's the Balance. The dance between two lovers being just beautiful. It's Equilibrium is on there. Look at the Son of Water. That's the faces in this deck are amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. The Six of Earth, Pentacles. Accomplishing it. What a victorious thing. And to me, I don't know for sure if that is, you know, the summit, but I imagine it is. The High Priestess is an awesome card. Down to Now I'm trying to remember the deck that she has in front of her. Yeah, is Rider-Waite. And the veil behind her and the triple goddess moons in, you know, above. That is what a high priestess looks like today, you know. Love it. Here's the Two of Water, which is the seahorses who fall in love forever and have one mate. The male is the one to give birth. That's, again, such a lovely thing. The Four of Earth. So these cards are just, I love everything about them. The Hierophant is the, you know, Dalai Lama with all the different religions represented. It's just gorgeous. I even love, which I'm trying to find, of course, the Lovers. How can you not love the Lovers when it's, you know, two elderly people who have obviously spent their years together. I even love, though, the tough cards. The cards that a lot of people don't like this deck for. To me, that's one of the best judgment cards I own. And it's probably because that's a very personal kind of judgment. That self-doubt. The Death card is a beautiful card. It's beautiful, beautiful. We all know the Temperance card. There are days that, First time I showed this deck, I think we got stuck on that card for, I don't know, an hour. Look at the Mother of Fire. Oh, the wisdom in those eyes. The artist here is just amazing at capturing people's humanity. The Five of Cups. Disappointment. Boy, can you feel that. So it very much speaks with modern words, but is completely and totally able to touch the people you read with. There's the Tower, literally. The Berlin Wall coming down. Down below it there is just that hint of hope. When you know that there has to be this tower moment for that to happen. Okay, so now that I spent a ton of time on that, but you guys knew I was going to pick that as one of my top 5, I would think. So number 2, and these are in no particular order, I couldn't order them if I wanted to, is the Samhain deck of the Bastards. This deck is amazing. It is beautiful. It is dark. It is, it's by Tarot by 7, and I will try to link all of these because I believe they're all still available. Oh, except one. The Samhain deck of the Bastards. This deck reads like a dream for me. When I got this deck, I was not reading professionally, and so I got the keywords on them. But for the most part, I like the keywords that are here. They give you keywords if you want them. You don't have to have the keywords on them. They give you keywords for both the reversals and the straight up. But the vintagey feel to it, the fact that it's dark, it's, you know, it's coffin shaped, come on. This is very Rider-Waite. I mean, here's the Five of Wands. That is pretty much taken right out of the Rider-Waite. Not all of them are, but they're very close. Here's the Magician. Certainly enough so that if you were reading with the Rider-Waite, the transition to this is perfect. This is taken right out of Rider-Waite, but not all of them are. There are a little subtle differences. Here's the Hermit. That is not taken out of Rider-Waite, but is still very recognizable and very readable. Here we have his Lantern. This deck it reads like a charm. It's always right on. It's honesty gets me sometimes, you know, to the point where I'm like, okay, I gotcha. And it's beautiful. To me, I love the darkness of this deck. Sun. Try not to show you the ones that are just Rider-Waite. Here's the Star. So that one, I can't imagine a time when that one wouldn't be in any top 5, 10 decks that I adore. I just love it. And I probably always will. Number 3, Pagan Otherworlds, of course. And I swear it's not just because of the best cardstock in the business. Although I will say the Samhain deck of the Bastards, that cardstock is very similar. It's like that linen finish, which I can't get away from. The cardstock is amazing. This is the first time. Now, I didn't get it with Samhain deck of the Bastards. They are illustrated as much as the Rider-Waite. In fact, like I said, many of them are taken directly from the Rider-Waite. This is the first deck that I would call a Pippish deck that I kind of was like, okay, wait a second. I kind of like Pippish decks. And I don't mean just Pips. Although I can read with just Pips, they're kind of boring to me. When you get to the Pip part, you're like, whatever. This is what they call, I don't know, most of us now are calling in the community, are calling Pippish, which means they are pips, but they give you an idea. The background, the surrounding images in the cards give you an idea of what it is that you would read it like. There's the Hermit. Ugh. Just seeing this deck. I have to put this deck away a couple times a year because otherwise I would read with it too much. Same with Samhain deck of the Bastards. I try not to pull that one out too much now because I feel like it's not fair to the rest of my decks, to be honest with you. Just, you know, I know. All the court cards are gorgeous. They are understated but beautiful. They are very, to me, the fact that it's called Pagan Otherworlds is for a reason. You know, they are, here's the Six of Wands. So the victory, you can see, this is what I mean by Pippish. You have the ribbon for the victory and the laurel wreath up top there, which gives you the hint of victory. But it is, you know, 6 wands standing. But at least it gives you the sense of what the meaning is if you need that. Here's the 6 of Swords. Same thing. Here's 6 swords. But they're in a boat. And look, in the foreground, it's rough waters. And guess what? They're sailing towards smoother seas. So it still gives you the meaning in there. And I like that it's understated. It's not, it doesn't have to be this huge depiction to give you the idea of what it is, what it means. Here's the 4 of Swords, you know, which is rest. And guess what? We have 3 standing up and 1 laying down in the road there. There's your rest. Here's the Eight of Cups. This is a perfect example. So here we have the 8 cups, and so you can see that it is somewhat Pippish. They're beautiful cups. But then you see the moon, and the moon is longingly looking elsewhere. So it's time for the moon to look on. It's almost setting. It's, you know, moving on to greener pastures. This is not for the moon anymore. It's moving on to something else. There's the Tower. Plus, they are just beautiful cards. They're just beautiful. Here's the Five of Pentacles. This is, you know, one of the only cards with snow in it. The barren tree sitting next to it. Very much gives you the hints of what we're looking at. I love, love, love the Moon card. Again, very, one is a wolf and one is a domesticated dog. Very good at showing you, you know, some of the depictions. Does have creepy baby in the sun, but it's okay. I forgive it because it looks like a, you know, a vintage magazine photo. I'll let it go. Here, look, we have the Two of Swords, and here the blindfold is there to give you that sense of direction. You have choices ahead of you. They're all gorgeous. I'm going to try to find a couple more that I just, like this. Hold on. The Lovers card is quite actually Adam and Eve. And you see Lilith here at the bottom. Here's the Ten of Swords. Look at the thorns and the skull. The thorns are growing right through his eye, and it's a beautiful depiction. The Fool, I love, love, love the Fool. The Empress is, gosh, if that's not, you know, the very depictions that they just. Here's the High Priestess. I love her. She still has one foot in the water in front of her. Just beautiful. I'm trying to find pretty much my favorite card in the deck. This is not it, but look at the King of Wands. I mean, it's a tree pretty much on his head. And the lion. They are beautiful cards. Going to find my favorite card, I swear. It's probably the last card because I'm looking for it. This is one of my favorite all-time justices, although this is not my favorite card in the deck, but it is close. I love that she's not looking at us. Her back is to us. Love it. It's a gorgeous death card. Look how her foot is on, or I mean, his foot is on her head. Gorgeous depiction. Here we go. This Devil card to me, it always gives me goosebumps. Because it's beautiful and dark and scary, and the faces in his coat made of hair. He has trapped, quite literally trapped, these souls. Look at his feet. Ugh, goosebumps. Love this deck. Okay, so we have gone through 3 decks in 20 minutes. We're getting there. Okay. Set it aside, Jen. Keep going. I'm going to go to, the next one is the Alice Tarot. This is the Baba Studios Alice Tarot. I have the second edition that just came out. Baba Studios just does such a great job. And this deck is, I was quite surprised at how readable it was. I expected to love this deck for the art because it's beautiful. And I knew it would be beautiful. And it's, you know, got the hint of flash and all these cards. But I love it because it's readable. I mean, so readable. When I pull this deck out to read with it, I'm amazed at how much I adore the whimsical feeling of them stabbing you with this deck. Look at, that's the Four of Swords. There's the Dormouse. The Tower. This deck is gorgeous artwork and gorgeous cardstock and perfect to read with. I do love it. Again, I kind of have started to put this deck away because I want to read with it in season. Otherwise, I'll have it out forever. But I could pull it out at any time and adore the readings from it. Three of Swords. Because it's so good. The Jabberwocky. The Page of Swords fighting the Jabberwocky. I just can't love a deck so much. And all of the cards are wonderful. So yes, that's the one that is not able to be gotten anymore. So if you love it, good luck. And I'm sorry I showed it. All right, so number 5, and then like I said, I have an honorable mention. Number 5 is The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Duggan. This is the deck that allowed me to connect with the images. I tell this story all the time of how I hated Rider-Waite. I never connected because I thought they were ugly. I never connected. Look at the moon. That's what's on the cover of the deck. I never connected with the images from Rider-Waite. So I wasn't studying them really. I hated to pull their cards because the color schemes and I just hated it. I hated it. Until Simon, I hated the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This deck was the first deck that when I pulled these cards and read from the Rider-Waite-Smith books, like that talked about Rider-Waite-Smith, and her Ellen Duggan's actual book for the deck, I finally connected with the meanings of the cards. This was the deck for me to connect me to the meanings. It was like a light bulb went off. Look at that High Priestess. Ugh. And I finally went, holy crap, I know what these cards mean. Look at that Five of Cups. How could you not, even if you don't know anything about tarot, if you look at that Five of Cups, what do you see? I mean, how can you not connect to the image and know what that meaning is? It's not too difficult. Here we have 5 dragons for the 5 of Wands. It's amazing. Here's the Devil card, or the shadow side in this deck. The fact that it's called the shadow side Gives you a whole new depth to the devil. Nine of Swords, of course, Hex and I's like favorite card pretty much. It is just, and you can tell if you look at this deck for me, it's well loved. And I love that I have read so much of this deck that, you know, it's not all pretty anymore. You can tell how much I've read with this deck because it just enabled me to connect so perfectly. All right, so one more. We have one honorable mention, which is the Tattoo Tarot, the Eight of Coins Tattoo Tarot. There's a couple different tattoo tarots out there, so make sure you get the right one. I have cut the borders off of these and edged them in black, which to me made a smaller deck, harder to shuffle, but there's the Ten of Swords. But I love this deck. Look at the Fool. Nine of Swords. The Hanged Man. This deck reads fantastically. Eight of Pence. Death, and it's very much like old school tattoos. Here's Six of Cups, the Children. Seven of Wands, such a great card. Star. So that is my honorable mention, which I just love. Look at that. If you cannot get an awesome reading from that card, you don't know what it means, which is okay. But, and all of them are, they are a great, look at her smirk, the Seven of Swords. Of course she's stealing them. And Two of Wands. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I will try to leave in the down bar the links for, most of them you can get off of Amazon still. The Witch's Tarot, the Eight of Coins Tattoo Tarot, New Era Elements. But I will leave the specialized ones on the down bar. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.